Sean Combs, globally recognized as Diddy, is a music mogul, producer, and entrepreneur. His empire spans music, fashion, and investments. Yet recent events have cast a dark shadow over his glittering career. Allegations of abuse and misconduct have surfaced, sending shockwaves through the entertainment industry and beyond. Multiple women have come forward, accusing Diddy of heinous acts. These accusations paint a disturbing picture of power misused and silence enforced. Diddy vehemently denies the allegations, calling them baseless and defamatory. His legal team is prepared to fight tooth and nail to protect his reputation. However, the controversy has ignited a firestorm of debate. The public grapples with the accusations against a beloved icon. Questions swirl about the nature of truth, the burden of proof, and the elusive nature of justice. At the heart of this legal battle lies a complex and controversial issue: the statute of limitations. This legal principle dictates the time frame within which legal proceedings can be initiated. In many cases of alleged abuse, the statute of limitations has expired, effectively barring victims from seeking legal redress. This legal hurdle has sparked outrage and fueled calls for reform. Diddy's case highlights a systemic problem that extends far beyond the realm of celebrity. Countless victims of abuse are silenced by the statute of limitations, their stories unheard, their pain unacknowledged. The legal system, intended to protect and deliver justice, often fails those who need it most. Diddy's case is a stark reminder of the urgent need for change. The statute of limitations is a legal principle that establishes a time limit for filing lawsuits. This time limit varies depending on the nature of the offense and the jurisdiction. While intended to ensure fairness and prevent stale claims, the statute of limitations often creates insurmountable barriers for victims of abuse. Trauma, fear, and societal pressures often prevent victims from coming forward immediately. By the time they find the courage to speak out, the legal window of opportunity may have slammed shut. Diddy's case exemplifies this harsh reality. The allegations against him span decades, with some incidents allegedly occurring well beyond the statute of limitations. This legal technicality throws a wrench in the pursuit of justice. It raises uncomfortable questions about the adequacy of the current legal framework. Can a system that prioritizes timeliness over truth truly deliver justice? This case is not an isolated incident. The statute of limitations has long been a source of contention, particularly in cases of sexual assault and child abuse. High-profile cases, such as those involving Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein, have shown a spotlight on the limitations of this legal principle. These cases sparked public outrage and ignited a movement demanding reform. The #MeToo movement amplified the voices of countless survivors, pushing for a more just and equitable legal system. The statute of limitations, while designed to uphold fairness, often operates as a shield for perpetrators. It allows them to evade accountability for their actions, leaving victims with a profound sense of injustice. The ticking clock of the statute of limitations creates a sense of urgency, forcing victims to relive their trauma within a legally imposed time frame. This pressure can be overwhelming, hindering their ability to heal and seek justice. Diddy's case has reignited the debate surrounding the statute of limitations. Advocates argue that it disproportionately impacts vulnerable populations, particularly those who have experienced trauma and abuse. They highlight the psychological complexities of coming forward, emphasizing the need for a more compassionate and understanding legal framework. The statute of limitations, they argue, fails to account for the silencing effects of power dynamics, fear, and societal pressures. Legal experts offer varying perspectives on the statute of limitations. Some argue that it is a necessary component of a fair and efficient legal system. They emphasize the importance of preserving evidence and ensuring that memories are fresh. Others contend that the statute of limitations is outdated and fails to reflect the complexities of trauma and abuse. They advocate for reforms that prioritize the needs of victims and allow for a more nuanced approach to justice. Celebrity status often creates a distorted reality where power and influence can overshadow accountability. In Diddy's case, his immense wealth and celebrity afford him a level of protection that ordinary citizens rarely experience. He has access to a formidable legal team, capable of mounting a vigorous defense and leveraging every legal loophole. This stark reality highlights the inherent power imbalance in the legal system. Public perception plays a crucial role in shaping the narrative surrounding high-profile cases. Diddy's fame and influence have garnered him a massive following, many of whom remain fiercely loyal despite the allegations. This unwavering support creates a challenging environment for victims, who often face scrutiny, disbelief, and even backlash for speaking out. The court of public opinion can be a harsh and unforgiving judge, particularly when celebrity is involved. Diddy's case underscores the complexities of holding powerful individuals accountable. The legal system, with its intricate rules and procedures, can feel daunting and inaccessible to those who lack resources and influence. Victims of abuse, already burdened by trauma, often face an uphill battle in their pursuit of justice. The price of fame, it seems, is a shield against accountability, leaving victims to grapple with the devastating consequences. Diddy's case has ignited a firestorm of public debate, with opinions fiercely divided. Supporters rally behind the music mogul, proclaiming his innocence and denouncing the allegations as fabrications. They point to his philanthropic endeavors and his contributions to the music industry as evidence of his character. Others express outrage and disgust, calling for his downfall and demanding justice for the alleged victims. Social media has become a battleground for this heated debate, with hashtags and trending topics reflecting the polarized views. Supporters flood Diddy's social media accounts with messages of encouragement and solidarity. Critics, equally vocal, express their condemnation and call for boycotts of his businesses. The online world mirrors the real-world divide, with passionate voices on both sides clamoring to be heard. Amidst the cacophony of opinions, a unified call for change emerges. Advocates, legal experts, and concerned citizens demand a reevaluation of the statute of limitations. They argue that this legal principle, intended to ensure fairness, has become a tool for silencing victims and shielding perpetrators. The public outcry reflects a growing awareness of the systemic flaws that hinder the pursuit of justice in cases of abuse. Navigating the legal system is a daunting task, fraught with complexities and potential pitfalls. In cases of alleged abuse, the legal process can be particularly challenging, requiring victims to relive their trauma in a formal and often adversarial setting. The legal system, though designed to uphold justice, can sometimes feel cold and impersonal, leaving victims feeling unheard and unsupported. Diddy's case highlights the intricacies of legal proceedings in high-profile cases. His legal team, composed of seasoned attorneys, will employ every legal tactic to defend their client. They will scrutinize the allegations, challenge the credibility of witnesses, and leverage legal technicalities to their advantage. The legal battlefield is a high-stakes arena where victory often hinges on strategy, resources, and a deep understanding of the law. Victims, on the other hand, often face an uphill battle. They may lack the financial resources to hire top-tier legal representation. They may struggle to navigate the complexities of the legal system, feeling overwhelmed by the jargon and procedures. The power imbalance, inherent in any legal battle, becomes even more pronounced when one party possesses significantly more resources and influence. The statute of limitations, a cornerstone of the legal system, is intended to ensure fairness and prevent stale claims. It establishes a time limit within which legal proceedings must be initiated. This time limit varies depending on the nature of the offense and the jurisdiction. While designed to promote efficiency and prevent frivolous lawsuits, the statute of limitations often creates insurmountable barriers for victims of abuse. Advocates for reform argue that the statute of limitations fails to account for the complex realities of trauma and abuse. Victims, they argue, often require time to process their experiences and find the courage to come forward. Fear, shame, and societal pressures can silence victims for years, even decades. By the time they are ready to seek justice, the legal window of opportunity may have slammed shut. The statute of limitations, in its current form, often operates as a shield for perpetrators, allowing them to evade accountability for their actions. It sends a message that time, rather than truth, is the ultimate arbiter of justice. This legal principle, intended to promote fairness, often results in a profound sense of injustice for victims, leaving them with unanswered questions and unresolved trauma. Diddy's case has reignited the debate surrounding the statute of limitations and its impact on power dynamics. Critics argue that the statute of limitations disproportionately benefits those in positions of power, such as celebrities, wealthy individuals, and institutions. These individuals and entities often have the resources to delay legal proceedings, intimidate witnesses, and manipulate public perception. Victims, on the other hand, often lack the resources and influence to navigate the legal system effectively. They may face pressure to remain silent, fearing retaliation or damage to their reputation. The statute of limitations, in its current form, exacerbates this power imbalance, allowing those with resources to evade accountability while silencing those who lack the means to fight back. Advocates for reform propose changes to the statute of limitations that would level the playing field. They argue for extending the time limit for filing lawsuits in cases of abuse, particularly those involving sexual assault and child abuse. They also advocate for exceptions to the statute of limitations in cases where evidence emerges after the time limit has expired, allowing victims a chance to seek justice even after years of silence. Advocates for victims of abuse have long criticized the statute of limitations, arguing that it perpetuates a culture of silence and protects perpetrators. They emphasize the psychological complexities of trauma, highlighting the challenges victims face in coming forward and seeking justice. The statute of limitations, they argue, fails to account for these realities, creating a legal system that often prioritizes timeliness over truth and accountability. Organizations dedicated to supporting survivors of abuse have been instrumental in raising awareness about the limitations of the statute of limitations. They provide legal resources, emotional support, and advocacy for victims, helping them navigate the complexities of the legal system and find their voice. These organizations play a vital role in challenging societal norms that silence victims and perpetuate a culture of impunity. The #MeToo movement, a global phenomenon that empowered survivors of sexual harassment and assault to speak out, has brought renewed attention to the need for reform. The movement highlighted the pervasiveness of sexual misconduct and the systemic barriers that prevent victims from seeking justice. The statute of limitations, with its restrictive timeframes, emerged as a key obstacle to accountability, fueling calls for change. Diddy's case, though focused on a specific individual, has broader implications for society as a whole. It sparks conversations about power, accountability, and the role of the legal system in protecting the vulnerable. The public debate surrounding this case reflects a growing awareness of the systemic issues that perpetuate abuse and hinder the pursuit of justice. The controversy surrounding Diddy's actions prompts a reevaluation of our cultural norms and the ways in which we address allegations of abuse. It challenges us to confront uncomfortable truths about power dynamics, celebrity worship, and the silencing of victims. The ripple effect of this case extends beyond the realm of entertainment, forcing us to confront these issues in our own communities and institutions. Diddy's case serves as a catalyst for change, prompting a critical examination of the legal system and its ability to deliver justice for victims of abuse. The public outcry, the calls for reform, and the ongoing debate reflect a societal shift towards greater accountability and a deeper understanding of the complexities of trauma. The ripple effect of this case, though difficult to quantify, has the potential to create a more just and equitable world for all. The quest for accountability is a complex and multifaceted endeavor, particularly in cases involving high-profile individuals like Diddy. The legal system, with its intricate rules and procedures, can feel like a labyrinth, difficult to navigate, and often yielding unsatisfying results. The pursuit of justice, though essential, is rarely a straightforward path. Diddy's case highlights the challenges of holding powerful individuals accountable for their actions. His wealth, influence, and celebrity status afford him a level of protection that ordinary citizens rarely experience. He has access to a formidable legal team, capable of mounting a vigorous defense and leveraging every legal loophole to his advantage. The legal battlefield in such cases becomes a David and Goliath struggle, with victims facing an uphill battle against a formidable opponent. The quest for accountability extends beyond the courtroom. It involves a societal reckoning with the ways in which we address allegations of abuse, particularly against those in positions of power. It requires a shift in our cultural norms, a willingness to believe victims, and a commitment to holding perpetrators accountable, regardless of their status or influence. The pursuit of justice is a collective responsibility, one that demands our attention, our courage, and our unwavering commitment to a more equitable and accountable world.